All right, guys, how's it going? It is Wednesday, April 6th, 2022. It is actually International Walking Day. So, if you're eating right now, maybe after you can go walk a mile, get some steps in. And, anyways, we're going to start off. This is Figures and Funk with your host, DJ Aurelius. Starting off with Atomic Dog by George Clinton. Okay, we are back, and we're just going to start off with some new releases for you statue collectors out there. Some new statues by McFarlane Toys actually came out, and one of them is the Flash and Superman together. This is a 1/8 scale. The Flash is doing his classic pose where he's about to dash, and Superman is actually about to dash with him. So they're both getting ready. It's like on a little stand, or a base actually. The base has Superman's symbol on his side, and then the Flash's symbol on the other side. That's a nice little detail. And you can see, like right where their feet are, as they're kicking off to run, Superman has like dirt and like rocks and like dust about to poof out. And the Flash, of course, has lightning that's like coming out of his feet. He's just moving that fast. So, like I said, this is 1/8. It stands. Actually, doesn't say how much it stands, but they're only making 5,000 of these guys, and it'll set you back around $300, which is kind of a lot for a 1/8 scale. But I mean, hey, I'd say it's pretty cool. They don't give the exact dimensions of it, which is kind of sad. They also released this one. I'm actually kind of excited for. It's a 1/6 scale Batman Who Laughs, the Greg Capullo version. So, if you don't know the Batman Who Laughs, it's actually like a storyline. Let me just do the quick read up. The Batman Who Laughs is a fictional supervillain appearing in the American comic books published by DC Comics. He is the evil counterpart and alternate version of Batman within the Dark Multiverse. He is depicted as a hybrid of both Batman and Batman's archenemy, Joker. And this is a member of the Dark Knights. So yeah, this guy, his design is like really cool. If he has like this leather coat, and he has a mace. Sometimes he's depicted with wings. Instead of like the classic Batman cowl, he has like this metal, like it goes over his eyes. It's like a visor, and it has spikes on it, and it also has like spikes as his bat ears, and just this big Joker grin. It's a really cool looking character design. So this one I actually do give the dimensions. It stands 12 inches, which is pretty much what you'll get with the 1/6 scale figure. And again, they're only making 5,000 pieces. However, this one's a little bit cheaper, so it'll run you about $169.99. So those are the two main ones. There's also a Catwoman, the Stanley Art Germ Catwoman, which is basically like from the 60s, that version, where she has gray and like black on the face. She's holding pearls and she's like standing like she's about to like use her whip. And there's actually like a little kitten with her. It's very well painted, very well detailed. I like the way it looks. This one's also $169. And again, it's 1/6 scale, stands. But this one's actually 8 inches tall, which is a little weird that they varied in scale. But I mean, hey, I guess because she's like squatting down almost. So that's probably why. Other releases. Now, I'm not too sure if I talked about this guy last week, because I think they announced him probably like right before, a bit after last week's show. But it is the Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts Krillin, right? This is the battle clothes. So this is the one how he looked on Namek. So he had the the Saiyan armor that he got, and it's like yellow shoulder pads and like a bit of yellow on his chest with some dark blue in there, and he has like black tights underneath. It's basically exactly how he looked like when, spoiler alert, right? Frieza killed him, and Goku turned Super Saiyan. So it honestly looks really cool. Like you can pose up the shoulder pads up, so make it look like he's gonna do a solar flare, right? He comes with 5 head sculpts. I'm sorry. One where he's doing the solar flare, another where he's like gritting his teeth angrily, another where he's just like regular, and another where he's like screaming out in pain. I guess that's when Frieza blows him up, which is honestly that scene kind of makes me a little sad because I mean Krillin's like a really nice roundabout character, and when Frieza killed him, I mean yeah, it was sad, but we also got Goku like powering up and just being really mad. So actually, thing I like about this guy is that he comes with like a damage, like the chest piece, right where he gets stabbed. You can actually take it out to make it look like he's battle damaged right where he got right when he got stabbed. So I don't know if SH Figuarts is going to release a second form Frieza, which is the Frieza that killed Krillin, or not killed him, but stabbed him through the thing, and then the final form Frieza just like lifted him in the air and basically crushed him to death. It's kind of sad, but honestly, it's a really cool figure, and this is going to be released in October, setting you back $89. I would get it, but again, with this line of figures, it's like it's a bit overpriced for what you're getting, but they are picking up the quality, so it's always up to you whether you want to get it. Next up is the Marvel Legends Retro Collection Loki, Agent of Asgard. So this is basically just a female version of Loki, and they're re-releasing it. I don't know why, but I guess there's a demand for a female version of Loki, which is a little weird because everyone like goes crazy over the Tom Hiddleston Loki. I mean, we got the whole series and all that, and that's actually one of my favorite Marvel series so far. I know everyone likes WandaVision, but it's kind of trash. Like, I'm sorry if you like WandaVision. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, right? But it does not level up to the other series that have been released so far. Like, even Falcon and the Winter Soldier is better than that. And then, well, now we have Moon Knight. And, well, we'll talk a little bit later about Moonlight. But with that being said, we're going to go into some more music. We're going to go with Superstition by Stevie Wonder. All right, guys, we are back, and that was And the Beat Goes On by The Whispers. Now, I just found out that Will Smith actually used that song for his song, Miami. Oh, boy, Will Smith. I mean, everybody's heard about that slap, right? Kind of crazy. I mean, I blame Jada, but let's not get into that. So, Moon Knight. Who saw Moon Knight? I saw Moon Knight, and it's actually it was pretty good. It started off kind of slow, and I didn't really like the fact that the dude was British, especially because like it just seemed like a forced accent, and I didn't like the way it started off. It was like really boring, and it eventually did pick up when like he started phasing out into, I guess, Moon Knight himself. I'm not too sure. I don't know much about Moon Knight, but I am interested in like discovering more about this character. And overall, I think, I think the show's going to be pretty good. Actually, isn't there a new episode out tonight or today? Pretty sure. Anyways, I'll probably give it another watch. So, companies have started making Moon Knight figures already. So, for Marvel Legends, they announced on Instagram a Marvel Legends Moon Knight from the MCU, right, from this show. And they have all the little details that is on this figure, because they already released another Moon Knight, and that one was just like straight from the comics, just plain white, and with the hood and the cape, of course. This one has like all those textures and weaving through the suit, as well as like markings on his thighs. I guess that represents like his name or something. Looks like hieroglyphics. And one little detail that I don't know how they're gonna do this when the figure actually comes out, but he has like a piece of cloth, kind of like underwear that he wears outside, but it dangles from like the middle section, and it looks like it's withered and kind of torn. So I don't know how they're going to get those individual strands out, because Hasbro does not have the best quality control with their figures, because I mean they're just mass-produced pieces of plastic that are just available basically everywhere. And he comes with 2 fist hands and 2 trigger finger hands. I don't know why they give him trigger finger hands if he's gonna hold like this moon shape boomerang, it looks like. So it might be kind of weird to put in. Again, I don't know why they did that. but overall it looks like a solid figure. Another company that said, hey, Moon Knight's coming out, let's, put out a figure, is the Diamond Select Moon Knight. So this is, Marvel Select. It's a different company, a bit higher quality, but since they're just like recasting and releasing another figure that already came out, I mean, it might be a bit outdated in terms of articulation, but yeah. So it says, with the Moon Knight series debuting on Disney Plus, Marvel Select revisits a long-lost character in the line. A Moon Knight figure hasn't been offered in over a decade, but now makes his triumphant return thanks to ShopDisney.com. So yes, this is only a Shop Disney exclusive, which means you can't get it anywhere else. You have to go online, ShopDisney.com, to look at this figure. Because I actually tried to see if anyone had it on eBay or any other retailers, but no, it's only Disney, which is kind of weird. And this guy, the sculpt is amazing, of course. There's no torso articulation, so he can't bend over, puff up his chest. But his arms can get the normal range that any normal figures can. He has the ball jointed legs, which means it's his waist and then these balls and then his legs. So that's a very dated way of doing leg articulation. Like Marvel Legends, they just, basically cut out the ball, or they incorporate it into the leg so it doesn't look as goofy. But either way, this guy looks awesome, and I really like the shading details they added and all the veins, and you can actually see the muscles on him. And he actually has a little stand. It looks like a little piece of temple that's broken off. So I guess you can have him coming through there or something. And he also has those same moon-shaped boomerangs. So I guess he can just throw those. Not too sure how many hands he has. I don't think it says. No, but from the images you can see that he has one open hand and one fisted hand. And if that's all we get, well, I mean, that's a bummer, but you can always just pose them up and just put them on the shelf, or, take a picture. So, we also have a... Sorry, my voice is kind of dry. We also have little, what are they called? Nendroids. I'm not too big on Nendroids, but lots of them came out for this series called Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an anime, and lots of people are raving about it because I don't even know what it's about, to be honest. But it looks cool. There's lots of energy blasts and animations that have popped up on my Instagram feed. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. And there's other ones for Demon Slayer. I believe SH Figure Arts actually announced one of the main villain from Demon Slayer. And that one, the villain basically looks like Michael Jackson in his white suit. So it's a little, I don't know if it's a nod to Michael Jackson, that character, but I mean, heck, if you want, a little figure of that villain, you could just buy it and just pretend like it's Michael Jackson. I mean, who's going to know, right? Other than fans of, Demon Slayer. Also coming out is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but these are 1/6 scale figures. So these are higher quality. They're actually going to have cloth elements, and they're going to look just how they did in the show. It's actually kind of cool because for most figures released by Hasbro or 3-0, they're actually teaming up on this one. It's just plastic and molded plastic in the suit, so you don't really see those creases unless they put them in. But here, of course, you're going to have actual fabric that you can make those creases, or they're just visible. Lots of people don't like it. I personally do, because I think that adds more realism to the figure and to the look overall. So these are actually the original Power Rangers that first came out. And of course, you got the Red Ranger, the green, the pink, the white, the blue, the black, and the yellow. So each of these guys is going for $129. Well, actually, the red one is, because let's face it, the red one is the best one. But that's the way he looks. Well, that's only with the when he has that chest piece. I'm not too sure. I didn't really watch Power Rangers as a kid, or I did, but since I was like so young, I don't remember much. And then just the figures by themselves, like in their classic look, will run you about $100 each, and they each come with their like weapons. So, for example, the Pink Ranger, as you may or may not know, has their bow, right? The Black Ranger has like this bone saw gun thing, and the Blue Ranger has almost like those things that they have at trampoline parks where you can hit each other. It's like a double-ended spear, is how I would describe it. And then the Yellow Ranger has like her kunai or little knives, and the Green Ranger, that one is actually only available with the chest piece, but it's also $99, and it comes with the sword. However, you can just buy all these figures in bulk, like all of them in a package deal, the 6-pack for $549, which I think is probably the better deal. But again, if you don't want all of them, I mean, you're only just going to buy the one Power Ranger that you like the most, which again, I think it's really cool. And for those of you that are down here with us in South Texas, there's actually South Texas Comic-Con is coming up. And I think one of the Rangers is showing. I'm not too sure which one, but I'll get back to you on that. With that being said, we're going to go back to some more music. Starting off with the Bee Gees' You Should Be Dancing. Okay, guys, we are back. Now, I said I was going to get back to y'all on the South Texas Comic-Con. And yes, actually, the Blue Ranger and the Pink Ranger are coming down. So there is a chance to go meet them. It's going to be April 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th of this year. So that's 2 weeks from now? So yeah, if you want to order these Hasbro and 3-0 Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, either the blue or the pink, they're in stock right now. So you can just order them, get them, because from Big Bad Toy Store, they ship really fast. So you order it right now, let's say today, you'll get it by, I don't know, maybe, what today's Wednesday? You'll probably get it by Saturday. Of course, these are $100 figures. You can always get like cheaper alternative versions from Hasbro, just solely Hasbro, and those will run you about like $25 to $30, just depending. So yeah, if you want to go meet the Blue Ranger, David Yost, and the Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, head on down, South Texas Comic-Con. Also, coming down is, well, I'm actually kind of excited for it. That's what I'm going to talk about. Is Chandler Riggs, my bad. He is the actor who plays Carl in The Walking Dead. Now, Carl's the little kid we see at the first season who eventually grows up because The Walking Dead's going for 11 seasons now. I actually haven't kept up with the series. I am fairly new to it, so I'm like on season 4. And already Carl has grown up a bit since the first episode. Now, surprisingly, okay, so I'm thinking, right, maybe I should just buy a Carl Grimes action figure, right, and have, Carl himself, Chandler Ridges, the actor, sign it, right? However, one, I don't know how much, Chandler Riggs, that's such a hard word for me to say. I don't know how much he's going to charge to sign. And on second, I don't know how much a figure is for him. Well, actually, I was looking right now. $109 for a 7-inch McFarlane Toys Carl Grimes action figure. That is insane. I did not realize The Walking Dead had such a high demand for action figures. And that's technically with a discount, because I'm saving $45, $50 basically, if I were to get solely from Amazon. So that's insane. But that looks more when he's older, maybe late teenage years. You can get one when he was a little kid from the same company, McFarlane Toys, up on Walmart for $40. Now again, adding in the $40 for the figure, and then however much Chandler Riggs is going to charge to sign or meet and greet will, add up on the price. I'm just thinking about it. I'm not too sure. But other notable names that are coming down for South Texas Comic-Con, well, also from The Walking Dead, is actually Alana Masterson, who plays Tara. Now, I haven't gone that far in the series to know who Tara is, so that's a bit of a, I guess, technically a spoiler for me, but it's fine. Also, it's Jim Shooter, which, if you don't know, actually wrote the stories for Moon Knight, right, and Wolverine, and some like Spider-Man stuff. So he actually helped out with Secret Wars, which is just insane. And he actually did some DC work as well. So if you want to meet the legend writer himself, Jim Shooter, head on over. Comic-Con, South Texas. Also, another big notable name is Judith Hoag, who played April O'Neil in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live-action movies. So that's actually pretty cool. Again, you can get an action figure of April O'Neil by NECA. And it's actually pretty cool because NECA themselves on Instagram actually did a collaboration where Judith Hodog was promoting her own figure. And the fact that like she's there promoting her figure, and that you have the opportunity for those of you who live down here in South Texas, or if you want to come out from Austin, wherever heck you are, you can buy her figure and have her sign it. And I'm pretty sure since she's promoting it, it would make her happy. With that being said, guys, let's go back to some more music. Starting off with Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. Alright, guys, that was Ain't Nobody by Chaka Khan. Now, when I first heard her name, I thought she was like a... I don't know why, I just thought of like a Street Fighter. Like a character from Street Fighters. I mean, my bad. So, the reason I played that song is actually because my girlfriend thought it sounded like the song from Inside Out. I mean, no, not Inside Out. What's that movie called? Turning Red. It just came out. It's on Disney Plus. There's a song by a boy band that is made like in that world, I guess. And it's it's called Nobody Like You. And it's supposed to be a spin-off of NSYNC, so it takes place like in the early 2000s. And I mean, if you're around that time, obviously boy bands were a thing. So it was based off NSYNC, and I thought it sounded like Tearing Up My Heart. But for some reason, someone thought it sounded like Ain't Nobody, so that's just that. That's all the time I have for you guys today. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the custodians at UTRGV and your local high school. They keep everything sanitized, and actually I've talked to some right before this show and just showed my appreciation. So if you see one out there, just tell them thanks. With that being said, guys, I gotta go, and I'll leave you with this. Boogie Oogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey.